Lights, camera, action, and welcome back to Soundtrack Collector. I'm your host, Christopher Spencer, author of Film and Television Soundtracks 1950 to 1979, a critical history published by McFarlane and Company. We are presently making our way through a series of videos covering the history of science fiction soundtracks since the dawn of cinema. The first episode covered the silent era through the 1950s, followed by the 60s and 70s, and another on the 80s, another on the 90s, and last week we looked at those from the 2000s. What's become clear to me is that each decade sees an increasing number of sci-fi movies due in part to improving visual effects that help tell otherworldly stories, as well as the popularity of franchises. Moreover, the sci-fi scores of the 21st century increasingly blend orchestral and electronic elements to create immersive sonic landscapes. They're practically merging with sound design these days. Unless we're talking about a long-running franchise like Star Wars or Star Trek, the scores don't even really emphasize memorable melodies anymore, which is oftentimes a complaint. But there's always exceptions. And so we'll find a few today. Let's start in 2010 with Hans Zimmer's Inception score. This really isn't just music, it's a sonic extension of the film's shifting realities. Blending electronic textures with orchestral power, Zimmer crafted a soundscape that feels both massive and intimate. The now iconic Brahm, a seismic brass blast, mirrors the film's sense of weight and distortion, while relentless rhythms reinforce its themes of time and momentum. Zimmer's use of Johnny Marr's electronic guitar adds a hypnotic edge, kind of reminiscent of Ennio Morricone's use of guitar in his Western films. Meanwhile, that Edith Piaf song that they use as the film's wake-up call is woven into the score, stretched and transformed into its core motif quite brilliantly. Tracks like Time build with haunting simplicity, while Mombasa surges with pulse-pounding energy. While its influence led to overuse in trailers and imitators, Inception remains a defining moment in modern cinematic scoring, proving that music can be as mind-bending as the film itself. Atticus Ross's The Book of Eli score is a haunting blend of electronic and orchestral elements, perfectly capturing the film's bleak, post-apocalyptic landscape. Using an 80-piece orchestra recorded at Abbey Road alongside layered synths, Ross crafts an atmosphere of isolation and resilience. The music shifts between eerie ambience and powerful swells, reflecting both the isolation of Eli's journey and the deeper spiritual themes at play. Tracks like Panoramic set the tone with expansive synth textures, while The Journey encapsulates the film's emotional core. The fusion of rock, jazz, and classical gives the score a unique depth, foreshadowing Ross's later work on The Social Network and Gone Girl. Praised for its immersive soundscape, The Book of Eli cemented Ross as a master of atmospheric scoring, proving that film music can be both intimate and epic in scale. Daft Punk's Tron Legacy score is a groundbreaking fusion of electronic and orchestral music, much like the Tron movie of the 80s, perfectly embodying the film's sleek digital world. Blending their signature synth-driven sound with an 85-piece orchestra, the duo created a score that feels both futuristic and cinematic. Tracks like Derezzed pulse with raw electronic energy, while Adagio for Tron showcases their ability to craft haunting orchestral depth. Drawing inspiration from Wendy Carlos's original Tron soundtrack and classical film scores, Daft Punk redefined sci-fi music with a balance of sweeping symphonics and pulsing electronic beats. The soundtrack was both a critical and commercial success, influencing a new wave of electronic orchestral scores. Over a decade later, it remains a cult favorite, proving that film music can be as immersive and stylish as the world it brings to life. John Debney's Predator score stays true to the musical legacy of the franchise, blending Alan Silvestri's iconic themes with fresh orchestral intensity. Fully symphonic and packed with percussive energy, the soundtrack heightens the film's relentless action and eerie atmosphere. Tracks like Freefall plunge the audience into disorienting tension, while Hound Attack delivers pulse-pounding battle cues. While it may not redefine the series' musical identity, Debney's work effectively supports the film keeping the Predator DNA intact with driving rhythms and suspenseful motifs. Though some critics found it less engaging outside the film, it successfully honors Silvestri's blueprint while adding just enough new material to stand on its own within the franchise. The Repo Men soundtrack is a bold fusion of orchestral scoring and an eclectic mix of licensed tracks, creating a sonic backdrop as unpredictable as the film's dystopian world. Marco Beltrami's original score provides tension and atmosphere, but it's the curated song choices that steal the spotlight, injecting scenes with an ironic, often haunting energy. Nina Simone's Feeling Good plays over a crucial surgery sequence, adding an unsettling contrast, while Uncle's Burn My Shadow fuels a high-intensity fight scene. While contributions from artists like Method Man, Beck, and Moloko, the soundtrack spans genres from hip-hop to electronic and classic soul, reinforcing the film's chaotic corporate-controlled future. While Repo Men received mixed reviews, its soundtrack stands out as a stylish and effective mix of old and new, proving that well-curated selection of music can elevate a film's mood just as much as a traditional score. Chris Bacon's source code score masterfully blends classic orchestral tension with subtle electronic flourishes, creating a soundscape that mirrors the film's looping mystery. Drawing inspiration from Bernard Herrmann's Hitchcock scores, Bacon infuses the music with a noir-like intensity, using swelling strings and suspenseful motifs to heighten the drama. Tracks like Main Titles establish the film's central theme, while Coffee Will Have to Wait shifts from quiet intrigue to explosive action. Though not as widely recognized as some sci-fi scores, Source Code showcases Bacon's skill to crafting a suspenseful, emotionally charged soundtrack. Praised for its Hitchcockian feel with a modern edge, the score proved Bacon's ability to handle a high-profile project, solidifying his place as a rising talent in film composition. Thomas Newman's The Adjustment Bureau score is a mesmerizing fusion of electronic pulses and orchestral textures, perfectly suited to the film's blend of romance and sci-fi intrigue, based on a story by Philip K. Dick. Known for his minimalist approach, Newman crafts a soundscape driven by repeating rhythmic motifs and unusual instrumentation, evoking both tension and fate's invisible hand. Tracks like Elise weave through tribal beats and mournful strings, while the girl on the bus pulses with a hypnotic, almost krautrock energy. Though some critics found it less emotionally resonant than Newman's more orchestral scores, The Adjustment Bureau showcases his ability to create immersive, otherworldly atmospheres. Its blend of delicate acoustic elements and ambient electronics reflects the film's balance of destiny and free world, cementing Newman's reputation as a master of evocative, unconventional film scoring. Michael Giacchino's Super 8 score is a loving tribute to the classic Spielberg-era adventure films, while standing strong as a work of its own. With sweeping orchestration, delicate woodwinds, and shimmering harp, the music evokes both the wonder of childhood and the film's underlying sense of mystery. Drawing clear inspiration from John Williams, Giacchino infuses the score with rich leitmotifs, ensuring that each emotional beat feels earned and immersive. Tracks like Letting Go deliver a deeply moving finale, while the Super 8 suite ties together the film's major themes in a grand orchestral statement. Widely praised for its emotional depth and nostalgic warmth, Super 8 solidified Giacchino as one of Hollywood's top composers, proving that even in an era of modern blockbusters, a score steeped in classic storytelling can still resonate powerfully. Patrick Doyle's Rise of the Planet of the Apes score is a powerful blend of orchestral grandeur and primal intensity, mirroring Caesar's emotional and physical evolution. Using an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Doyle crafts a soundscape that balances blockbuster action with deeply human storytelling. Tracks like Caesar's Stand highlight his ability to convey raw emotion through melody, while Golden Gate Bridge delivers pulse-pounding orchestration for the film's climatic showdown. Influenced by African percussion and unique instruments like the ostrich egg ocarina, the score infuses modern blockbuster energy with a sense of ancient power. Praised for its thematic depth and cinematic scope, Rise of the Planet of the Apes solidified Doyle's place in the action sci-fi genre, proving that even in a large-scale spectacle, music can remain deeply personal and evocative. Brian Tyler's Battle Los Angeles score is a thunderous, high-energy blend of orchestral and electronic elements perfectly matching the film's relentless military action. With a 90-piece orchestra and choir, Tyler crafts a soundscape that balances intense battle sequences with moments of patriotic heroism. Tracks like Battle Los Angeles main titles introduce bold, percussive motifs, while For Home, Country, and Family adds emotional weight to the chaos. Though some critics found it formulaic, the score effectively heightens the film's tension and urgency, reinforcing Tyler's reputation as a blockbuster composer. Harry Gregson Williams' Total Recall score delivers a sleek blend of orchestral power and pulsating electronics, perfectly fitting the film's high-tech dystopian setting, based again on a Philip K. Dick story. Using an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Gregson Williams crafts a soundscape that leans heavily on atmosphere and forward momentum, with tracks like Recall and Rooftop Chase driving the action with a fusion of synths and cinematic intensity. While some critics found the score lacking in standout themes, its mix of tension-building textures and kinetic energy reinforces the film's futuristic tone, more in line with modern blockbuster scoring than Jerry Goldsmith's thematically rich 1990 original. Total Recall showcases Gregson Williams' ability to create an immersive, adrenaline-fueled music that keeps pace with the film's relentless action. James Newton Howard's The Hunger Games score masterfully blends orchestral richness with folk-inspired elements, capturing the film's dystopian atmosphere and emotional depth. Drawing from Appalachian influences, Howard's music evokes both the harshness of life in District 12 and the grandeur of the capital. Tracks like Rue's Farewell deliver heartbreaking poignancy, while Tenuous Winters and Returning Home brings a stirring resolution. With contributions from Arcade Fire and T-Bone Burnett, the score balances tension, rebellion, and intimacy, setting the musical tone for the entire franchise. Praised for its subtlety and thematic weight, The Hunger Games score proves Howard's ability to craft a distinct and emotionally resonant soundscape, leaving a lasting impact on dystopian film scoring. Nathan Johnson's Looper score is a masterclass in sonic innovation, blending orchestral elements with raw found sounds to create a gritty, futuristic soundscape. Using objects like industrial fans, hammer hits, and machine whirs as instruments, Johnson constructs a percussive, textural score that feels deeply connected to the film's time-looping narrative. Tracks like A Day in the Life introduce pulsating brass and jittery string stings, while Everything Comes Around closes with a haunting blend of piano, strings, and music box motif. Praised for its originality, Looper's soundtrack redefined sci-fi scoring by fusing minimalism with unconventional sound design. Its influence can be felt in later genre films, proving that inventive, handcrafted soundscapes can be just as impactful as a full orchestra. Johnson's work on Looper solidified his reputation as a bold, boundary-pushing composer in modern film music. Mark Streitenfeld's Prometheus score crafts an eerie, otherworldly soundscape that perfectly complements the film's sense of cosmic wonder and lurking dread. Blending orchestral grandeur with electronic textures, Streitenfeld employs unsettling techniques like reversed orchestral recordings and a haunting four-note danger motif that enhances the film's atmosphere. Tracks like Life stand out as some of the franchise's most evocative, while Friend from the Past subtly nods to Jerry Goldsmith's original Alien theme. Though some critics found it lacking in memorable themes, the score effectively reinforces Prometheus's philosophical and existential undertones. Its fusion of classical and experimental elements helped shape the modern sci-fi film score, proving that atmosphere and texture can be just as powerful as melody in evoking a sense of unknown. Cloud Atlas score is more than just a soundtrack. It's a narrative glue that binds the film's sprawling, time-spanning stories together. Composed by Tom Tykwer, Johnny Klimek, and Reinhold Heil, the music weaves recurring themes across multiple eras, transforming and adapting to fit different time periods and genres. The Cloud Atlas Sextet, a central piece in both the film's story and its score, evolves from delicate piano solo to sweeping orchestral grandeur, mirroring the film's themes of reincarnation and interconnected fate. With a fusion of orchestral richness and minimalist repetition, the score brings an emotional depth that enhances the film's philosophical complexity. Nominated for a Golden Globe, Cloud Atlas remains a standout achievement in film scoring, an intricate, deeply moving composition that bridges past, present, and future through music. Stephen Price's Gravity score is a groundbreaking fusion of sound design and composition, redefining how music can evoke the vast emptiness of space. Eschewing traditional percussion, Price builds tension through distorted, layered instrumentation, creating an immersive, weightless effect. Tracks like Don't Let Go stretch between moments of eerie stillness and overwhelming chaos, mirroring the film's harrowing survival journey. Praised for its innovation, Gravity's score became a landmark in modern film scoring, earning Price an Academy Award and influencing a new wave of science fiction soundtracks. By blending electronic manipulation with orchestral elements, he transformed silence and isolation into an emotional force, proving the music can be as essential as the visuals to storytelling. Ramin Djawadi's Pacific Rim score is a high-octane blend of orchestral power and rock-driven intensity, perfectly matching the film's larger-than-life battles between Jaegers and kaiju. Anchored by Tom Morello's electric guitar riffs and a brass-heavy orchestra, the music captures the sheer scale and adrenaline of the action, with tracks like Pacific Rim and Gypsy Danger delivering heroic, pulse-pounding energy. Balancing bombastic themes with emotional depth, Mako introduces a softer, haunting melody featuring Priscilla Ann's vocals. Praised for its fusion of metal and orchestration, the score became an instant favorite among fans of action sci-fi. Pacific Rim cemented Djawadi's reputation for crafting bold, memorable themes, influencing modern blockbuster scoring and solidifying his status as a go-to composer for epic cinematic storytelling. Anthony Gonzalez of M83 and Joseph Trapanese's Oblivion score is a sleek fusion of electronic ambience and orchestral grandeur, perfectly capturing the Tom Cruise film's sense of isolation and awe. Inspired by 1980s synth-driven sci-fi scores, the music balances ethereal melodies with driving rhythms, evoking both the vastness of space and the emotional weight of Jack Harper's journey. Tracks like Star Waves envelop the listener in shimmering synths, while Canyon Battle injects pulse-pounding percussion into the mix. While some critics found the score sort of lacking in standout themes, its blend of dreamy atmospherics and cinematic energy solidified Oblivion as a visually and sonically cohesive experience. Though often compared to Tron Legacy, the soundtrack carved out its own niche, influencing a wave of modern sci-fi scores and further establishing M83's ability to craft immersive, otherworldly soundscapes. Ryan Amon's Elysium score is a bold and unconventional blend of electronic sound design and orchestral power, perfectly capturing the film's stark contrast between a ruined Earth and the utopian Elysium. Drawing from his background in trailer music, Amon infuses the score with relentless percussive rhythms, distorted synths, and ethereal vocal textures, creating an intense and immersive atmosphere. Tracks like Fire Up the Shuttle pulse with raw energy while Breaking a Promise introduces haunting female vocals to add emotional depth. Though some critics found the score lacking in strong thematic development, its innovative sound design set it apart from traditional sci-fi compositions. Elysium marked Amon's impressive debut in film scoring, proving his ability to craft visceral, world-building music that pushes the boundaries of futuristic soundscapes. Marco Beltrami's Soundpiercer score is a chilling mechanical soundscape that mirrors the relentless movement of the train and the bleak dystopian outside. Blending orchestral textures with industrial sound design, Beltrami incorporates metallic noises and real train sounds to create a sense of ceaseless momentum. The perpetual motion theme drives tracks like Requesting an Upgrade, while Soul Train injects an electronic pulse into the score's cold, rhythmic structure. Though some critics found it less melodically memorable, Snowpiercer excels in atmospheric world building, using music to reinforce the film's claustrophobic tension and social commentary. Beltrami's ability to merge mechanical precision with emotional undercurrents makes this an unconventional but fitting sci-fi score, solidifying his reputation as a composer unafraid to push sonic boundaries. Michael Levy's Under the Skin score is a haunting, otherworldly experience that redefines the role of music in film. Using microtonal viola, distorted textures, and eerie pulsing rhythms, Levy crafts an unsettling sonic landscape that mirrors the alien protagonist's detached perspective. Tracks like Lipstick to Void revolve around a hypnotic three-note motif, while Love introduces a fragile warmth hinting at fleeting humanity before the score plunges back into chilling dissonance. Praised for its innovation, Under the Skin sets a new standard for atmospheric film scoring, influencing a wave of composers drawn to its unsettling minimalism. Levy's masterful blend of electronic and acoustic elements turn the soundtrack into a character of its own, disorienting, seductive, and deeply unsettling, cementing their reputation as one of the most distinctive voices in modern film music. James Newton Howard's After Earth score is a rich, atmospheric blend of orchestral grandeur and electronic textures reflecting the film's themes of isolation and survival. With an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Howard crafts a soundscape that shifts between ethereal stillness and pulse-pounding action. Tracks like Baboons feature driving rhythms and layered percussion, while Ghosting builds tension through resolving into a delicate piano motif, showcasing the score's emotional depth. Though some critics found it lacking in standout themes, After Earth excels in mood setting, reinforcing the film's post-apocalyptic tone. As Howard's final collaboration with M. Night Shyamalan, the score stands as a testament to his ability to balance sweeping cinematic sound with intimate character-driven moments, even within the framework of a modern sci-fi blockbuster. Marco Beltrami's World War Z score is a relentless, tension-driven composition that perfectly captures the film's global-scale zombie apocalypse. Blending orchestral urgency with electronic pulses, Beltrami uses unconventional instruments like wild pig jaws for percussion and incorporates the eerie tones of the emergency alert system siren into the harmonic structure. Tracks like Philadelphia open with sharp, staccato strings and percussive intensity, while The Salvation Gates layers complex orchestration with unsettling textures. Though some critics found the score lacking in standout themes, its atmospheric qualities and innovative sound design effectively heighten the film's sense of chaos and dread by fusing minimalism with raw percussive energy. World War Z stands as a testament to Beltrami's ability to craft a distinctive and immersive sonic experience for large-scale action, sci-fi, horror storytelling. Bear McCreary's Europa Report score is an elegant fusion of electronic pulses and orchestral depth, perfectly mirroring the film's balance between scientific wonder and eerie isolation. The music shifts seamlessly between mechanical rhythmic synths and sweeping string arrangements, evoking both a cold precision of space travel and the emotional stakes of the astronaut's journey. Tracks like Liftoff introduce this contrast, while Europa Report for solo piano distills the film's central theme into a poignant, intimate performance. Praised for its ability to capture both awe and tragedy, Europa Report stands as one of McCreary's most nuanced works. Though not as widely known as his blockbuster scores, its atmospheric textures and thematic richness make it a standout in modern sci-fi scoring, both cerebral and deeply human. Michael Giacchino's Star Trek Into Darkness score expands on the musical foundation of its predecessor, delivering a thrilling mix of action, tension, and emotional depth. Building upon established themes, Giacchino introduces a menacing operatic motif for Khan in London Calling, while Warp Core Values provides film's most poignant moments. The score balances massive orchestral set pieces powered by a 107-piece orchestra and choir with quieter, character-driven moments that add emotional weight to the film's high-stakes narrative. Praised for its thematic development and seamless integration of old and new elements, Into Darkness is considered by many one of Giacchino's strongest Star Trek scores. Its ability to elevate both spectacle and sentiment solidified Giacchino's reputation as one of Hollywood's leading composers, continuing the musical legacy of the franchise with a modern cinematic edge. Steve Jablonsky's Ender's Game score delivers a grand yet atmospheric blend of orchestral power and electronic texture, perfectly fitting the film's themes of isolation, strategy, and interstellar warfare. Combining an 85-piece orchestra with ethereal synths and ghostly choral writing, the music alternates between pulse-pounding action cues like Ender's War and introspective emotional moments such as Ender's Promise. The solo violin in the battle rooms adds a sense of grace and precision, mirroring Ender's tactical brilliance. While some critics found the score, thematically restrained, its mix of tension-building electronics and sweeping orchestration effectively enhances the film's futuristic tone. Though not a genre-defining work, Ender's Game showcases Jablonsky's ability to craft immersive cinematic soundscapes, reinforcing his reputation as a composer skilled in balancing blockbuster spectacle with atmospheric depth. Michael Giacchino's back with Dawn of the Planet of the Apes score. It's a powerful atmospheric work that bridges tension, emotion, and action in a post-apocalyptic world. With a blend of orchestral grandeur and electronic textures, the music captures the film's themes of survival, conflict, and the rise of ape civilization. Tracks like The Great Ape Processional introduce haunting motifs, while Guerrilla Warfare delivers a relentless action cue filled with complex orchestrations and tribal percussion. Drawing influence from Jerry Goldsmith's original Planet of the Apes score, Giacchino infuses the soundtrack with primal rhythms and eerie choral elements. Though some critics found the themes less distinct than his other works, Dawn effectively heightens the film's tension and emotional stakes. It stands as a testament to Giacchino's ability to craft immersive, world-building music that honors the franchise's legacy while forging a unique sonic identity. Hans Zimmer's Interstellar score is a masterclass in sonic storytelling, using minimalism, repetition, and a majestic power of a church organ to evoke the vastness of space and the depth of human emotion. The 1926 Harrison and Harrison organ, played by Roger Sayer, becomes the heart of the soundtrack, swelling into overwhelming waves of sound in tracks like Mountains and Coward, while pieces like Stay anchor the score with intimate emotional melodies. Zimmer's evocative use of air and breathe sounds, along with the ticking clock motifs, reinforces the film's themes of time and relativity. Universally praised and nominated for multiple awards, Interstellar is considered one of Zimmer's most profound works and allegedly his favorite, influencing modern sci-fi scoring and standing as a testament to the emotional power of film music. Christoph Beck's Edge of Tomorrow score delivers a high-energy fusion of electronic distortion and orchestral intensity, perfectly capturing the Tom Cruise film's relentless time loop warfare. Tracks like Angel of Verdun establish the film's urgent militaristic tone, while Live, Die, Repeat brings it to a pulse-pounding conclusion. The score's use of percussive bursts, manipulated sound textures, and layered synths reinforces the sense of disorientation and escalating tension as Cage replays his battle against the alien invaders. Praised for its innovative approach to sci-fi war scoring, Edge of Tomorrow highlights Beck's ability to blend electronic and orchestral elements seamlessly. While not as widely recognized as some genre-defining scores, its dynamic energy and thematic cohesion make it a standout in modern sci-fi action scoring, perfectly complementing the film's high-stakes, time-bending narrative. Ben Salisbury and Jeff Barrow's Ex Machina score is a eerie, minimalistic soundscape that blurs the line between the organic and artificial, perfectly mirroring the film's themes of AI and human nature. The music weaves delicate, almost ethereal melodies with unsettling electronic textures, creating a sonic tension that reflects both Ava's allure and the underlying sense of unease. Tracks like The Turing Test set the tone for hypnotic synth layers, while Ava balances innocence with complexity through its delicate yet mechanized sound. Praised for its restrained yet deeply atmospheric approach, the score won an Ivor Novella Award and helped redefine sci-fi soundtracks with its fusion of beauty and unease. By seamlessly integrating real instruments with electronic manipulation, Salisbury and Barrow crafted a unique auditory experience that continues to influence modern AI-themed film scores, proving that music can be just as intelligent and enigmatic as the story it accompanies. Harry Gregson Williams' The Martian score is a restrained yet deeply evocative blend of electronic textures and orchestral warmth, perfectly capturing the film's themes of survival, ingenuity, and isolation. Using arpeggiated synths and atmospheric piano motifs, the music underscores both the vast desolation of Mars and the resilience of Mark Watney. Tracks like Science the Shit Out of This pulse with a sense of curiosity and problem solving, while Leaving Mars swells with an emotional crescendo, marking the protagonist's triumphant return to Earth. While not as grandiose as other space-themed scores, The Martian excels in subtlety, enhancing the film's balance of science and humanity. Praised for its ability to complement both the tension and humor of the narrative, Gregson Williams' work reinforces the film's spirit of perseverance, making it a quietly powerful entry in modern sci-fi scoring. Tom Holkenborg's Mad Max Fury Road score is an explosive, high adrenaline fusion of pounding percussion, electrifying guitar riffs, and operatic orchestration, mirroring the relentless chaos of George Miller's post-apocalyptic vision. With a massive 107-piece orchestra and an 80-voice choir, Holkenborg crafts a sonic onslaught that propels the film's non-stop action forward. Tracks like Brothers in Arms and Chapter Doof unleash thunderous, metal-infused battle themes, while Storm is Coming introduces Furiosa's motif with an eerie, sweeping intensity. Praised for its sheer energy and innovative approach to action scoring, Fury Road redefined modern blockbuster soundtracks, influencing a wave of high-intensity, rhythm-driven film music. Though some critics found it repetitive, its raw primal power cemented Holkenborg's reputation as a leading force in action composition, proving that a score can be just as relentless and exhilarating as the film it accompanies. Lorne Balfe's Terminator Genisys score delivers a high-intensity fusion of orchestral grandeur and electronic grit, reinforcing the film's themes of fate, conflict, and technological menace. With an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Balfe crafts a soundscape that balances explosive action cues with moments of emotional depth. Tracks like Fate and Hope introduce the film's central motifs, while Terminated pays homage to Brad Fiedel's iconic Terminator theme with a modern, thunderous update. While praised for its atmospheric tension and polished execution, some critics found the score lacking in distinction, memorable themes. However, it effectively complements the film's sci-fi spectacle, marking Balfe's evolution as a blockbuster composer. Though divisive among franchise fans, Genisys stands as a competent reimagining of the Terminator musical identity, blending past and present with pulse-pounding intensity. Michael Giacchino's Jupiter Ascending score is an ambitious and grandiose space opera composition, blending soaring orchestral arrangements with electronic flourishes to match the film's sprawling sci-fi spectacle. With an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Giacchino crafts a rich thematic score reminiscent of classic works by John Williams and Jerry Goldsmith. Tracks like Jupiter Ascending, First Movement introduce sweeping motifs, while The Shadow Chase delivers an intense, multi-layered action sequence delivered with intricate orchestration. Jupiter Ascending reaffirms Giacchino's mastery of world building through music, proving that even in a divisive film, a well-crafted soundtrack can shine as an enduring highlight of modern sci-fi scoring. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. John Williams' return to the Star Wars franchise is a triumphant one, seamlessly blending nostalgia with fresh, memorable themes. While classic motifs reappear, new compositions like Rey's theme bring a sense of wonder and discovery, while March of the Resistance introduces a bold, heroic identity for the new rebellion. The Jedi Steps and finale closes the score with sweeping emotional resonance, bridging past and present Praised for its ability to honor the legacy of Star Wars while evolving the saga's musical language, The Force Awakens reaffirmed Williams' mastery in crafting cinematic themes that define generations. Nominated for an Academy Award, the score proved that even after decades, Williams could introduce new musical ideas that instantly become iconic, ensuring Star Wars music remains as timeless as the saga itself. Michael Giacchino's Jurassic World score successfully bridges nostalgia and innovation, paying homage to John Williams' iconic themes while introducing bold new musical ideas. With an 85-piece orchestra and choir, Giacchino crafts a thrilling, emotionally rich soundtrack that enhances both the film's action and heart. Tracks like As the Jurassic World Turns weave his new main theme with Williams' beloved fanfare, while Indominus Rex delivers pulse-pounding intensity for the film's monstrous antagonist. Praised for its seamless balance of old and new, the score reinforced Giacchino's reputation as a master in franchise composition by respecting the Jurassic Park musical legacy while expanding its soundscape. Jurassic World cemented itself as an essential entry in the series, proving that the saga's music, like its dinosaurs, could evolve without losing their primal power. Hans Zimmer's Chappie score is a bold, fully electronic composition that immerses the audience into the film's gritty dystopian world. Eschewing orchestral elements entirely, Zimmer utilizes vintage analog synthesizers to craft a pulsating, mechanical soundscape that mirrors the AI protagonist's journey. Tracks like It's a Dangerous City set the tone with hard-hitting, distorted synths, while Never Break a Promise introduces a 1990s electronic aesthetic, adding an unexpected emotional undertone. While some critics found the score lacking in thematic depth, its experimental approach marked a refreshing departure for Zimmer, embracing the raw, synthetic power of early electronic film music. Chappie stands as a unique entry in his discography, reflecting his willingness to push sonic boundaries even if its divisive reception left audiences split on its lasting impact. Michael Giacchino's Star Trek Beyond score is a rousing and emotionally resonant continuation of his work on the rebooted Star Trek series, blending powerful orchestration with new thematic material. While maintaining the adventurous spirit of his previous scores, Giacchino introduces the majestic Yorktown theme in Night on New Yorktown, bringing a sense of grandeur and hope to the film's interstellar setting. Meanwhile, hitting the saucer a little hard delivers thrilling, pulse-pounding action, while Thank Your Lucky Star Date presents a delicate, introspective variation on the Star Trek theme. Praised for its seamless blend of old and new, Star Trek Beyond reinforces Giacchino's ability to craft dynamic, character-driven compositions that enhance both spectacle and emotion. While perhaps not as groundbreaking as his initial Star Trek score, it serves as a fitting, triumphant conclusion to his trilogy, ensuring that his musical contributions to the franchise remain among the most beloved in modern sci-fi cinema. Jóhann Jóhannsson's Arrival score is an avant-garde masterpiece that redefines the role of music in a sci-fi story. Eschewing traditional melodies in favor of atmospheric textures, Johansson employs manipulated vocal performances, cyclical motifs, and deep electronic reverberations to mirror the film's themes of language, time, and perception. Tracks like Heptapod B immerse the listener in an eerie, otherworldly soundscape through haunting choral layers, while Sapper Whorf reinforces the film's linguistic exploration with its hypnotic, evolving structure. Praised for its innovation, Arrival stands as one of Johansson's most influential works, elevating film scoring with its cerebral approach to sound design. Its minimalist yet emotionally powerful compositions set a new standard for sci-fi music, proving that sound and structure can be just as evocative as melody. Though tragically one of his final scores, Arrival remains a defining moment in contemporary film music, cementing Johansson's legacy as one of the most visionary composers of his generation. Rogue One, a Star Wars story, features a score by Michael Giacchino, of course. He expertly balances innovation and reverence, introducing fresh themes while seamlessly weaving in John Williams' iconic musical language. With a tight 4-week composition window, Giacchino crafted a dynamic orchestral score that captures both the grandiosity of galactic warfare and the personal stakes of the rebel mission. Jin Urso and Hope Sweet present a sweeping, melancholic theme that underscores Jin's journey, while Your Father Would Be Proud delivers one of the saga's most poignant and emotionally resonant moments. Praised for its thematic richness and ability to evoke the classic Star Wars sound, Rogue One stands as one of Giacchino's most impressive franchise contributions. The score's fusion of heroism, tension, and tragedy enhances the film's standalone impact, proving that even without the Skywalkers, the music of Star Wars remains as powerful as ever. Thomas Newman's Passenger score is an elegant and atmospheric blend of orchestral warmth and electronic textures, perfectly capturing the film's themes of isolation, romance, and the vastness of space. Using his signature piano and woodwind motifs, Newman crafts a dreamlike soundscape where melancholic introspection meets moments of wonder. Tracks like the Starship Avalon introduce shimmering electronics alongside lush strings, while Aurora and You Brought Me Back build emotional depth and delicate piano themes and swelling orchestrations. While some critics noted similarities to Newman's previous work, the score's ethereal quality enhances the film's sci-fi setting and intimate character drama. Passengers may not break new ground in Newman's repertoire, but its fusion of futuristic sonics and human emotion demonstrates his ability to make even the cold expanse of space feel personal and deeply felt. Ed Kurzel's Alien Covenant score is a chilling atmospheric blend of orchestral dread and eerie electronic textures, reinforcing the film's sci-fi horror tension. By weaving in Jerry Goldsmith's iconic alien motifs such as the haunting trumpet theme in Planet 4 and main theme and the echoing suspense of Wheatfield, Kurzel pays homage to the franchise's musical legacy while injecting his own unsettling, minimalist sound. Spores introduces a new scratchy two-note alien motif, heightening the film's sense of creeping terror, while Cargo Lifts surges with frantic orchestral energy. Though some critics found it lacking in originality, the score effectively amplifies the film's nightmarish atmosphere, demonstrating Kurzel's ability to balance franchise nostalgia with his signature approach to horror scoring. While Alien Covenant may not redefine the series' musical identity, it successfully underscores the film's bleak existential horror, ensuring the Alien saga's sonic legacy remains as haunting as ever. Michael Giacchino's War for the Planet of the Apes score is a powerful and deeply emotional composition that elevates the film's themes of survival, destiny, and redemption. Drawing inspiration from classic war films and westerns, Giacchino crafts a sweeping orchestral soundscape that captures both the brutality of conflict and the intimate struggles of Caesar's journey. The Ecstasy of the Bold introduces a bold, heroic rendition of Caesar's theme, while Paradise Found provides a moving, cathartic resolution to the Apes' Odyssey. The percussive intensity of Assault on the Earth and the slow-burning tension of Migration shows Giacchino's dynamic range, blending primal rhythms with soaring strings. Praised for its thematic depth and emotional resonance, War for the Planet of the Apes stands as one of Giacchino's most mature and sophisticated scores. It not only pays homage to the franchise's legacy, but also solidifies Giacchino's ability to balance grand action with intimate storytelling, making it a standout in modern film composition. Hans Zimmer and Benjamin Wallfish's Blade Runner 2049 score is a bold, atmospheric continuation of the franchise's sonic identity, embracing the haunting electronic textures of Vangelis while carving out a colder, more industrial soundscape. The Yamaha CS80 synthesizer returns, but its ethereal warmth is replaced with harsher, more fractured tones, mirroring the film's themes of decay, identity, and isolation. Tracks like 2049 establish the score's ominous synth-driven motifs, while Seawall builds into a relentless, nerve-shredding action set piece, fusing pounding bass with eerie distant wails. Tears in the Rain offers a reverent reimagining of Vangelis' iconic Blade Runner theme, providing an emotional bridge between the past and present. Though some critics lamented the score's lack of lush melodic themes, its raw, minimalist approach perfectly aligns with Denis Villeneuve's vision of the dystopian future in decline. Zimmer and Wallfish's work ensures Blade Runner 2049 remains a worthy successor to the original, crafting an imposing yet deeply evocative musical landscape that lingers long after the credits roll. John Williams' Star Wars The Last Jedi score is a triumphant continuation of the franchise's musical legacy, balancing beloved themes with bold new compositions that reflect the film's themes of destiny, sacrifice, and renewal. While the iconic main title in Escape launches the score with thrilling urgency, new material like Rose's theme introduces a delicate, hopeful melody that adds warmth to the film's emotional core. The spark provides a stirring callback to Luke and Leia from Return of the Jedi, reinforcing the saga's sense of generational connection, while the Battle of Crate delivers a rousing action suite that seamlessly integrates classic Star Wars motifs. The grandeur of the finale ties together the film's key musical moments in an 8-minute orchestral celebration, reaffirming Williams' unparalleled ability to shape Star Wars through music. Alexandre Desplat's Valerian and the City of a Thousand Planets score is a vibrant blend of orchestral grandeur and electronic flourishes, capturing the film's sci-fi fantasy world. Pearls on Mule introduces a luminous theme, while Big Market and Spaceship Chase balance playfulness with high-energy action and intricate orchestrations. Despite the film's mixed reception, the score was praised for its ambition and adventurous spirit. Though less recognized than Desplat's major works, it stands as a testament to his ability to craft immersive cinematic soundscapes. Lauren Balfe and Clint Mansell's Ghost in the Shell score blends pulsating electronics with orchestral grandeur, capturing the film's cyberpunk aesthetic. Inspired by Kenji Kawaii's 1995 score for the animated original, it integrates modern synth-driven sound design with atmospheric strings to reflect Major's existential journey. The prologue sets the tone with eerie choir and synth pulses, while Glitch and Motoko add mechanical tension and introspection. Though the film received mixed reviews, the score was praised for its cyberpunk authenticity. Released for free by Balfe due to fan demand, it remains a compelling addition to the franchise's sonic legacy. Alexandre Desplat's Oscar-winning The Shape of Water score is a mesmerizing romantic composition that perfectly captures the film's fairy tale essence. Blending orchestral and electronic elements, Desplat incorporates accordion, bandoneon, and whistling to create a fluid, dreamlike soundscape. The main theme, introduced in The Shape of Water, evokes weightless wonder, mirroring the central love story, while Elise's theme uses delicate melodies and warm instrumentation to reflect the protagonist's longing nature. South American tango rhythms and French-inspired motifs add timeless elegance, while tracks like The Escape highlight Desplat's dynamic orchestration. The Shape of Water remains one of Desplat's most celebrated works, showcasing his ability to blend whimsy with profound emotional resonance. Fahrenheit 451 by Anthony Partos and Matteo Zingales delivers a haunting atmospheric score that enhances the film's dystopian tension. Blending electronic and orchestral elements, the soundtrack both reflects the oppressive world and the protagonist Montag's awakening. Minimalist ambient textures and pulsating electronic rhythms create unease, with tracks like Make It Rain Kerosene heightening action, while Resurrection explore inner conflict and transformation. The score stands as a strong example of modern scoring techniques breathing new life into classic literary adaptations. Alan Silvestri's Ready Player One score perfectly captures the film's spirit of adventure and nostalgia with a full orchestral sound reminiscent of his 1980s classics. Blending grand, sweeping themes with bombastic action cues and emotional melodies, the score seamlessly integrates into the film's futuristic digital world. The end credits suite offers a thrilling recap of the score's major motifs, while subtle nods to Silvestri's Back to the Future theme serve as clever musical Easter eggs. Widely praised for bridging past and present, the score reaffirms Silvestri's mastery of orchestral composition and his enduring legacy in Hollywood. Annihilation by Ben Salisbury and Jeff Barrow is a masterclass in psychological and atmospheric film scoring, blending folk acoustics with eerie electronic soundscapes to reflect the film's themes of transformation and horror. Tracks like The Alien build tension with hypnotic three-note motifs, crescendos with dynamic electronic chaos, while the bear uses distorted, animalistic wails to create sheer terror. The score's minimalism and unsettling textures mirror the film's dreamlike unease, avoiding traditional melodies in favor of immersive sound design heavy approach. Praised for its originality, Annihilation has gained a cult following and influenced modern sci-fi horror scores that embrace experimental ambient techniques. It remains one of the most innovative and haunting soundtracks of the decade. John Powell's Solo, A Star Wars Story, delivers a high-energy addition to the Star Wars musical legacy, blending his action-driven style with John Williams' timeless sound. Williams' The Adventures of Han introduces a bold theme for Han Solo, which Powell develops throughout the score. Tracks like The Train Heist and Marauders Arrive showcase Powell's intricate action writing, while Reminiscence Therapy nostalgically weaves in classic Star Wars motifs. Praised for its fresh energy and thematic complexity, Solo proved Star Wars music could evolve under a new composer while honoring its rich traditions. Jed Palmer's Upgrade score seamlessly fuses electronic and orchestral elements, enhancing the film's cyberpunk aesthetic and body horror themes. Its glitchy synths, pulsating rhythms, and mechanical distortions reflect the story's exploration of AI and human-machine fusion. Tracks like The Procedure and Analog versus Digital build tension, while evolving soundscapes like A Better Place introduces a melancholic, introspective tone. Praised for its immersive and atmospheric quality, Upgrade's score heightens the film's intensity and emotional depth. Though not widely known, it has gained a cult following as a standout example of modern electronic film scoring. Max Richter's Ad Astra score, with contributions from Lauren Balfe and Niels Fromm, is a deeply atmospheric and introspective composition that mirrors the film's themes of isolation and human connection. Richter's minimalist, string-driven pieces like To the Stars evoke a sense of wonder, while Encounter uses eerie strings and electronic textures to heighten tension. Praised for its ethereal beauty and emotional depth, Ad Astra's score blends orchestral grandeur with intimate minimalism. Though the multiple composers create a slightly fragmented sound, the result is a mesmerizing sonic landscape that captures the vastness and solitude of space. Alita Battle Angel marked a turning point in Tom Holkenborg's career, showcasing a more orchestral-driven approach while retaining his signature electronic elements. The score balances sci-fi spectacle with emotional depth, as tracks like Discovery and I Don't Even Know My Own Name use Celesta and woodwinds to reflect Alita's innocence and self-discovery, while The Warrior Within and Raising the Sword build her heroic transformation with soaring brass and choir. Inspired by 1950s orchestral styles, Holkenborg infuses the score with a timeless cinematic quality, setting it apart from many modern sci-fi soundtracks. Widely praised for its thematic richness and orchestral power, Alita Battle Angel stands as one of his most accomplished works, proving his ability to craft both sweeping emotional themes and high-energy action cues. The Wandering Earth soundtrack by Rock Chen blends orchestral and electronic elements to enhance the film's grand sci-fi spectacle. Featuring a large orchestra and choir, the score evokes the vastness of space, human resilience, and hope while balancing action-driven and emotional pieces. Though receiving mixed reviews, the score played a crucial role in The Wandering Earth's global impact, cementing Rock Chen as a leading composer in Chinese cinema with a Hollywood-style orchestral sound. John Williams' The Rise of Skywalker score serves as a grand finale to his 40-year Star Wars legacy, blending classic themes with new motifs to evoke heroism, conflict, and emotional closure. The soundtrack fuses orchestral and choral elements, balancing intense action cues with deeply personal character themes. Using a 102-piece orchestra and 100-voice choir, Williams crafts a sweeping, nostalgic, and triumphant musical farewell. It received critical acclaim, earning an Academy Award nomination for Best Original Score and winning the Saturn Award for Best Music. As Williams' final Star Wars composition, The Rise of Skywalker encapsulates 4 decades of musical storytelling. It is a powerful conclusion to his legendary contribution to the franchise, ensuring his iconic Star Wars themes endure for generations to come. So that's my roundup of sci-fi soundtracks from the 2010s. There are many other sci-fi movies from the decade that I wasn't able to include. Did I miss one of your favorites? Leave a comment. I'd love to chat about it. And be sure to like and subscribe too. Ring the bell for more content coming real soon. I want to say that the next video will likely cover the decade we're in, though it's not completed. So it'll be a shorter video. About half as long, I'm guessing. And there will also be a video coming on sci-fi TV soundtracks covering sort of the entire history of sci-fi on TV. And then there will also be a shorter video on European cult soundtracks in the science fiction genre. And beyond that, we'll get back to doing some more composer-focused videos, including Michael Giacchino, who has been frequently mentioned in this video. And it will be fun to explore him, as well as on Ennio Morricone, on Bernard Herrmann, on Elmer Bernstein, on many other composers. Until the next video, keep collecting and keep listening.